Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters and friends. Inshallah, you guys are well. So we're back. We're back with the GDM show. It's been a while. It's been quite a while. But inshallah, this time we're back for good. And we're going to be consistent. And we're going to be putting out much better content than ever before. So we're here with Brother Hamza today. Assalamu alaikum, bro.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, bro?
Alhamdulillah,
how's everything?
Very
Family
good.
good?
Very
good.
good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, good.
Excellent. So today we're going to be covering a contention to start with, right? So not an argument, but a contention. And the argument we've mentioned in videos before, which is a design argument.
Yes.
Now, in summary, the design argument is that there's design in the universe, there's laws, there's order, there's constants and quantities which are fine-tuned. And the best explanation for this is that there's a designer. Not chance, not necessity, but a designer.
Yes.
Right?
So basically that there's laws in the universe, there are constants, which means fixed numbers in the universe are not dependent on the laws of the universe. If these were changed by a little bit, a hair's breadth, you wouldn't have a universe that allows me and you, our existence.
Okay.
So therefore, we're saying the best explanation is that there must be some kind of designer.
Sure.
As one physicist said, someone's monkeyed with the physics.
Yes. Okay. And dial the dials in.
Yeah.
Precisely. Okay. But the contention we're addressing is that, well, we can't make such a claim. We can't claim that it's designed because there's no mathematical probability, right? There's not many or 100 or 200 or 3,000 universes that we've observed and we've seen how they work. Therefore, we can conclude this about our universe, right? So this is essentially what they're saying.
Okay, then I'm not sure what they're saying is that you're saying that it's highly likely that there must be a designer for the universe based upon the constants and the laws in the universe. But you can't claim a likelihood because they're assuming it's a mathematical likelihood, a mathematical probability. Because they're saying for it to be a mathematical probability, you need a probability distribution. How can you have that? You don't have another universe. You don't have other universes that you observe, so you can't even claim anything concerning mathematical probability. Sure. Therefore, just be quiet. There is no design because you can't even claim that it's so likely. Because the minute you say likely, you're assuming a mathematical probability. You can't have a maths probability in this case because we don't have another universe or set of universes. So this is how we address with the contention.
Yep, and the contention was made recently, if I believe, is the big question of the question time on BBC.
The big question.
By Arif Ahmed and you.
Dr. Arif Ahmed from Cambridge. Yep. He, in his kind of eloquent way, he basically said, you know, there is no distribution.
Let's play the clip.
Okay, let's
play the clip.
Let's do that.
If we look at the specific argument concerning the so-called fine-tuning of the universe for life, that is to say, you know, the particular values of certain physical constants is so specific that had it been different by, say, 1 part in 10 to the power of 100 or something, there would have been no life in the universe. That's the argument. That argument assumes that this dispensation would have been very unlikely to have arisen by chance. We have no reason whatever to think that. The only reason to think that something like that is unlikely is if we have some grounds for establishing some particular probability distribution in advance. The only way to establish such a distribution in advance is through repeated trials of universes being created.
So as you can see, what he said here is you can't claim mathematical probability as we just discussed. And he challenged us, and I really wanted to say something, but I wasn't given the opportunity. As you know, the big questions, they're not conducive. It's not conducive to lots of intellectual debate and dialogue, as you know. So this is how we address the issue. Dr. Arif Ahmed, not just him, but many others who he's taken this argument from, has conflated mathematical probability with epistemic probability. I know that's a big term.
Big words.
Yes.
Can you explain both of those?
So, we know what mathematical probability is. Epistemic probability is basically what you would say. Let me give you an example. It is highly likely that the dinosaurs were extinct because of a meteorite. This is not mathematical probability. Sure. It's an epistemic, a knowledge, a rational probability because it's based upon our background evidence. The evidence we have concerning the Earth, concerning the current science that we know, and concerning other pieces of empirical evidence that we have at hand.
And
so we take that all on board and then we basically make a conclusion.
Sure.
And based on that evidence, we're saying this evidence supports hypothesis H. What's hypothesis H in this instance? That the dinosaurs were extinct via meteorite, right?
Right, okay.
Now, let me give you another example. You have a man, he's passed away. He got shot in the head, bro. Sure. Yeah? And we have 2 suspects, his daughter or his wife. So we look at the evidence E, if it supports our hypothesis H. So we have a hypothesis, which is the wife killed the father. That's our hypothesis.
Right.
So let's look at the evidence E. Does it support our hypothesis? So the evidence is this. The daughter, she was in Los Angeles during that time. Los Angeles. She was on a party, on a holiday, right? The wife, however, she was seen in the area at that time of death, and also her fingerprints are on the gun.
Sure.
And the gun has his blood on it, and it's right next to him. So we look at the evidence and we're thinking, what does that evidence do? Does that evidence support hypothesis H? And in this instance, it's the fact that the father was murdered by the wife, or does it support the hypothesis that the father was murdered by the daughter?
No, it supports the hypothesis that it was the wife, and it negates that it could be the daughter.
Exactly, and the evidence itself actually denies the other hypothesis that the daughter killed the father because she has an alibi. She was in Los Angeles, for example. So the evidence E supports hypothesis H. So let's apply this to the universe, bro. Oh, we have these amazing laws. The strong nuclear force, the law of gravity, the electromagnetic force, all of these laws. And if they were changed, we won't have a universe that allows our existence. Let's look at the other evidence. We have these constants, these fixed numbers that are not dependent on the laws of the universe. If they were changed by a hair's breadth, we would, like the gravitational constant, for example, we wouldn't have a universe that has me, you, and everybody else in it, right? So that evidence E supports what hypothesis? Design or chance?
It's designed quite clearly.
Exactly.
Using our rational minds and
Exactly.
reasoning over the evidence.
That's
it's
the point. Now, there's no mathematical probability here. It's an epistemic probability, which is based upon the evidence you have at hand. You just basically form the most rational conclusion. For example, I'm looking at your amazing glasses, bro, right?
Thank you.
You've told me that they're for a purpose. You're looking at them so you could you're looking through them so you could see objects more clearly.
Sure.
And coupled with other background information that I have, I formed the conclusion that those glasses were actually designed, right? Because the evidence I have at hand that they used for a particular purpose to look at objects clearly, and all other kind of evidence that I have about objects that look like glasses, they have been designed. That evidence is support of the fact that the glasses have been
designed, basically.
Exactly. That's it, bro.
That's it.
So he did a mistake. It's not just Dr. Arif Ahmed. He's an intelligent chap, but it's other intelligent chaps, or so-called intelligent chaps, that he's derived this argument from. It's very simple. He's conflated mathematical probability with epistemic.
Sure.
This has got nothing to do with mathematical probability. It's epistemic. The evidence E supports hypothesis H. The evidence that we have fine-tuned laws and constants is support of the hypothesis that there is a designer, not that is based on chance.
Sure.
And by the way, this argument does have more complex arguments like the multiverse, etc.
Of course,
but we will address them at another.
Of course, there's many more shows
Another
that are
show.
coming, and brothers and sisters, make sure you stay tuned because we're having loads more consistent shows.
Can I
Inshallah.
just add something?
Yes.
So by the way, brothers and sisters, this goes to show that just because someone sounds clever and he's from Cambridge, it doesn't mean what he's saying is absolutely right.
If there's a take-home message, that's the message.
And by the way, this applies to me as well. We all could be wrong,
Yep.
and the thing is, we just want to improve, comment, like, follow,
Yep.
and we're gonna continuously improve and just improve.
Inshallah.
I'm just chatting rubbish now. So.
No problem. Last mission, brothers and sisters, make sure you subscribe to the Mission Dawah YouTube channel because eventually we'll be moving this show to the Mission Dawah channel permanently. So make sure you just go on over, subscribe there, and stay tuned inshallah for the next show. Jazakallah khair for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.